former Democrat presidential candidate and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, is furious with some recent Supreme Court rulings on guns. She took to Twitter to express her frustration and claimed that previous generations of the Supreme Court would have done a better job. Neither our founders, nor prior generations of Supreme Court justices or members of Congress, would believe what is being done to our children in the name of the Bill of Rights. Shameful, she said. We had an assault weapons ban from 1994 to 2004 that prohibited the manufacture or sale for civilian use of certain semi-automatic weapons and banned magazines with 10 rounds or more. Mass shootings dropped during that decade. We did it once and should do it again, she in a prior tweet on the issue. The outlet 2 Paragraphs reported. The ban to which Clinton refers, officially called the Public Safety and Recreational Firearms Use Protection Act, was signed into law by President Bill Clinton on September 13, 1994, and it prohibited the manufacture, sale, and possession of certain types of semi-automatic firearms that were defined as assault weapons. The ban also included restrictions on high-capacity magazines that could hold more than 10 rounds of ammunition. The ban had a sunset provision that caused it to expire on September 13, 2004, and it was not renewed by Congress. When it comes to gun violence, MAGA Republicans are clear, they're not gonna fix it, she added in another tweet. There have been 135 mass shootings so far this year in America. It's barely April. Ban assault weapons now, she said in another tweet. In January, the U.S. Supreme Court once again turned down a request to block a new concealed carry law from taking effect in New York months after the full court struck down an earlier version as unconstitutional. This time, the court rejected a plea from gun retailers in the state who argued that the law once again violates the Second Amendment and is harmful to their businesses. Notably, there were no dissents in the order or any explanations from any of the justices regarding their refusal to grant the request. We are disappointed that not one of the 9 justices saw fit to grant the plaintiffs some stay of enforcement of the new laws against them. Paloma Campana, the lead attorney for the New York gun retailers, told Fox News Digital in an interview following the decision. We are challenging the ability of the state of New York to target dealers in firearms in the lawful stream of commerce, to put them out of business, which is what the new laws will do, Campana added. So it really was unfortunate to see that we couldn't get any emergency temporary injunction against those laws. New York Attorney General Letitia James, a Democrat, praised the court's ruling, claiming that the state's gun safety laws help save lives and keep our state safer, according to Fox News. Prior to that, the nation's highest court left in place the state of New York's updated concealed carry law that, among other things, prohibits the carrying of guns in sensitive locations, as lower court proceedings against the statute proceed. The nation's highest court rebuffed a request from gun rights groups to block the law after justices ruled over the summer in a 6-3 decision that a previously concealed carry statute upon which the current one is modeled unconstitutionally restricted a citizen's Second Amendment rights. No justices dissented in the ruling, but Justices Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas said in a statement that they believed the ruling was to reflect respect for the appeals court that had previously let the law stay in effect, and did not express any view on the merits of the case. Forbes noted in a summary of the ruling. Gun owners asked the Supreme Court to block the law after a district court judge previously blocked it from staying in effect, but the Second Circuit Court of Appeals then overruled that decision and let the law stand as the litigation against it moved forward. The report noted further. The new law, which was quickly passed after the nation's high court struck down a previous concealed carry law in June that required applicants to show proper cause to carry a gun, implements requirements to obtain a concealed carry license while also imposing specific guidelines and restrictions about when guns can be carried in public. Sensitive locations include barring firearms from being carried in and near schools, churches, and hospitals. The legality and constitutionality of the New York law will now play out in lower courts, but will likely again come before the U.S. Supreme Court, especially given the take from Thomas and Alito that Wednesday's decision has nothing to do with deciding the merits of the case itself.